Hi guys, Blush Lily here with another pick a card reading. This one's going to be all about what it is that you need to know, what it is that you need to hear, okay? And why has your spiritual team pointed you in the direction of this pick a card reading? Let's go ahead and find out. There are going to be 3 options for today's reading. As usual, remember that this is a general prediction, guys, so only take what's going to resonate with you, leave the rest out on the table. So for today's reading, we're going to have 3 options. Option number 1 with this little heart over here, option number 2 has this star, and option number 3 has this heart-shaped locket. So see whichever option is calling out to you. Don't overthink it. If you need a bit more time, pause the video to make your decision, because we're going to go ahead and get started with option number 1. Alright guys, welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and take a look at your cards. You need to know this. You need to hear this. Option number 1. Alright, so for some of you guys, I'm actually seeing somebody being incredibly jealous of you, okay? Somebody being incredibly jealous, incredibly envious. This could be a friendship that's actually, like a friend who's actually a frenemy. Somebody has been talking, like bad-mouthing you behind your back, but your spiritual team is coming through and saying that you are actually very much protected, and people who hear those things about you, a lot of them, they know that this is all a bunch of BS, so you have nothing to worry about. You really have nothing to worry about. But this is something that you need to know, that somebody in your surroundings could be quite toxic, and they're very, like, two-faced, and it's something that you need to keep in mind, because your intuition has actually been really on point lately, and your intuition has actually been telling you about this person or about this group of people that they don't have the best interest at heart, and you, like, being a nice person, you're trying to see what's wrong, you're trying to see what you did that's wrong, or you're trying to, like, maybe sometimes even downplay yourself. So what they're saying is, your spiritual team, they're saying you don't need to downplay yourself. You need to just be okay with, some people not liking you for no apparent reason, and don't use, like they're saying, don't go into this, like, spirituality, like if you see something in somebody, it means that it's like within you as well. They're saying, no, this is like not what you need to do right now. Right now, they want you to know that some people are just that way, and it's not your job to be like comfortable for everybody, and it's not your job to downplay yourself so that everybody feels safe and secure. It's saying you have to do you, and, like, whenever people are on the road to success, whenever people have their own opinion, they're bound to be talked about, they're bound to be gossiped about, especially if you're in close quarters with a lot of people every day, and those people aren't, like, happy. So it's okay. They want you to, like, your spiritual team wants you to know that it's just part of life, it's part of being in a society, and sometimes you can do things about it, and sometimes you can't do things, like do anything about it, like, immediately. If you need to work with people, if you need to study with people, if you need to do whatever, but they just want you to know that, to listen to your intuition. And sometimes we tend to want to, because we build friendships by trusting like somebody with our information, and showing that we trust them, and we want to open up. And they're saying, just be discerning who you do this with. Just be discerning, because with this toad over here, it's like, listen to your intuition. Another thing here is that you need to make sure that you are taking care of your throat chakra, in a sense that you're not blocking and you're not repressing whatever it is that you want to say. A lot of you guys have a brilliant singing voice, a very beautiful voice, and you tend to, they're saying, sometimes you tend to speak quieter. So what you need to hear right now, what you need to know, is that you don't have to change yourself to accommodate to others. Do you see what I mean? There's one thing to be able to compromise, and then there's another thing to keep downplaying yourself. Also, another thing that's coming through, and it's very, very important for you guys to realize, is that you need to stop being so harsh. Like, your inner monologue tends to get a little bit harsh sometimes, and your spiritual team is saying that, darling, show yourself some compassion. Show yourself some compassion. Another thing you need to hear that some of you, there are going to be delays and cancellations of air travel, okay, or any other travel plans that you might have had. There are going to be some changes, maybe to the route, to the way that you're going to travel, but it's actually for your highest good. With the air energy, what I'm seeing over here is that you guys are going to be finding out, and I think this one of this, the reason why there's such a delay is that you can actually see who's talking BS about you. You can actually find something out. You can actually get some clarity in a particular situation. So what I'm saying here is that you're going to have a fresh new perspective, and there's this vibe of feeling like so much lighter, okay? But this there is going to be a delay, or there is going to be a cancellation of a trip, or you will choose a different direction, a direction that's going to be to be better for you, okay? So they're saying that there's no need for you to panic, there's no need for you to be upset, because this is actually for your greater good. This is actually for your highest good. Let me see if there's anything else for you guys. Yeah, you need to stop being so hard on yourself. A lot of you guys tend to overthink. A lot of you guys tend to be warriors. And they're saying, like, you know, you really need to understand that you can't eliminate stress completely from life, but you can manage it. You can learn how to manage it. And this is like the new energies coming through for you, new ideas, new ways. And this delay or this change, it might bring you towards meeting somebody new or meeting an old friend. There's an energy of meeting somebody, an energy of, you know, having a lot of good communication, as opposed to the communication that you might have been having with those toxic people. Alright guys, that's what I'm seeing for option number 1. Okay, this is what you needed to know right now. I hope it resonated. Like, share and subscribe. Remember to hit that notification button so you don't miss out any of my other upcoming videos. For personal readings, you could always email me. My email's in the description box below. Says the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. Make sure to check it out. Alright my lovelies, take good care of your amazing selves now. Bye. Option number 2, welcome to your reading. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at your cards. You need to hear this. Alright, so this is very interesting, guys. So for some of you, for a lot of you guys in this option, I am getting your ancestors coming through, okay? And I am getting that a lot of you guys are either witches or psychics or mediums. There's a lot of energy, or you guys could be tarot readers as well. There's a lot of energy of, you know, having a very long ancestral line of people who were really interested in magic, interested in maybe like holistic remedies, holistic medicine. A lot of people who had deep knowledge of the occult, and maybe you come from a lineage of people who used to be married more than once. That's very interesting. It's like be married more than once. But whatever it is, it's something that that within you, you might not even know it, or you might not be aware of it just yet, or it might not be fully awakened within you. But there's this energy that you have a lot of magical powers, a lot of psychic abilities, and just a lot of skills from past lives that you are going to be using in this one, and it all has to do with manifestation, with magic, with tapping into the Akashic records, with, you know, being able to work with energies. Some of you might be at the beginning of this journey. Some of you guys might already be like quite advanced, but you know, your ancestors are coming through and they're saying that you're doing really, really well, and they do want to connect with you. So if you guys do have some issues with your ancestors, or you know, you're feeling disconnected, they're saying that this is definitely something to work on, because they want to come through and help you. They want to pass on this information to you. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, this whole reading, this whole energy is about connection, it's about ancestors, and it's about love, and it's about children. Okay, and it's about creating family, meeting your soul family. A lot of you guys who picked this option, I feel that you could be isolated, feeling incredibly homesick, feeling like you don't belong. So what they're saying is, what you need to hear is that you do belong in this world. You do belong in this, you know, on this planet. You do belong. It's just that you haven't yet found or completely discovered those people and your abilities who make you feel like you are part of this beautiful universe. But the thing is, you guys are about to meet somebody pretty soon and find that soul family. Find that soul family. The funny thing for you guys, option number 2, is for you to connect with your new family. You need to connect with your old family because they're helping you. You need to connect with your ancestors because it's part of who you are. It's part of who you are, and they're saying that they are going to help you go in the right direction, where you are going to be meeting your soul family. For a lot of you, this is talking about reconnecting. Somebody is going to be coming from the past, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like, you know, an ex or somebody. I'm talking about, you know, a friend, a relative, you know, a distant relative, maybe, whom you lost contact with. Okay, so there is this vibe of reconciliation. For some of you, this is talking about literally making up with an ex, making up with your current partner. So there's this energy of union. And if you don't want to take your ex back, you don't have to take your ex back. I know you guys like giving me, like leaving the comments like I'm not taking my ex back. But you know, for some of you, this could be that you guys separated not because something bad happened, but because maybe the timing wasn't right, or you know, somebody friend zoned somebody. And it's this energy where you guys are actually coming together because you want to come together. And I am seeing that they're saying that even now, if you feel like the loneliest person in the world, even now, if you feel like there's no hope, they really want you to know that there is going to be a happily ever after for you. There is going to be a lot of love in your life. You see, like, even as I'm saying this, the sun is actually coming out. There is going to be a lot of love in your life. There is going to be there are going to be children in your life. There are going to be, like, you know, celebrations and all sorts of thing. Another thing that's coming through very strongly is that you guys need to work on unblocking your chakras, unblocking your root chakra and unblocking your sacral chakra, because you guys tend to stand in your own way of being able to enjoy life. Like, for some reason, it's difficult for you guys to enjoy life. It's difficult for you to stop feeling like you can just chill, like not giving yourself a hard time for not being productive all the time, or you know, like making yourself grow spiritually or evolve or whatever. They're saying that you need to chill, like seriously take a chill pill and like stop taking life so seriously. Because here again, I'm seeing like a coven energy. Like, you're meant to find people who are on the same wavelength as you, and you guys are really going to, like, you guys, if you're not married, and especially if you feel like, you know, you've lost a lot of time, or I don't know, maybe you're like I don't know, 30, 40, 50, 60, however old you are, it doesn't matter. They're trying to tell you that age doesn't matter, that appearance doesn't matter, that nothing really matters. Because sometimes we just need to go through so many things to be able to appreciate, you know, what the universe has to offer to us. For some of you, another thing that I'm seeing, guys, is that you would be, okay, now this is like getting a little bit more specific. Some of you guys are really good or would be really good at creating jewelry, creating perfumes, creating essential oils. This is something that you should be tapping into. There's a lot of energy of the holistic medicine that's coming through. Okay, so your spiritual team, your ancestors, really want you to know that you're very sensitive to the energies that surround you. You're very sensitive to the people that surround you, and you're definitely very sensitive to the foods, the smells, the chemicals. This is because before, in your past incarnations, it's almost like you worked with it. I think and you've become so sensitive. You've become really aware of those, like, you know, I don't know, it's like you've developed a keen sense of smell. And I see a lot of you guys are like, you have a very keen sense of smell, you know, and some of you are very tactile. Another thing that's coming through over here is to not be afraid of love, and not to think that, you know, because there was a difficult relationship with maybe like one of your parents, or because there was a difficult relationship with your siblings or whatever, that, you know, like the whole family has something against you. Like, they want you to know that you are very much supported, loved, and appreciated, and that better times are ahead. Definitely better times are ahead. Like, you guys will really know a lot of happiness, a lot of love in your life, and it doesn't matter where you are, what your situation is, what your age is, you know, it doesn't matter. They're just coming through, and they're saying that right now, like, you seem to think that, you know, the world is like against you, and like everything is dark and gloomy. They're saying no. But, you know, unlock your sexuality. Don't be afraid to let it shine. Don't be afraid to express and admit your desires and put yourself out there. All right, my darlings, so that's what I have for option number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Like, share, and subscribe. Remember to hit that notification button so you don't miss out any of my other upcoming videos. For personal readings, email me. My email's in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page with exclusive content, additional discounts, magic, and much, much more. All right, my lovelies, take good care of your amazing selves now. Bye. Option number 2. Option number 3, welcome to your reading, you guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at your cards. You need to hear this. A lot of very spiritual energy, and also a lot of energy of having gone through a lot of trauma, or maybe going through trauma at this particular moment, you know, maybe increased anxiety. With the horned hair over here, this talks about having a lot of fears, a lot of anxiety, being in a place where you are really unsure of what's going on. Maybe like some changes are taking place in your life, some changes that you feel like you can't control. Your spiritual team is coming through and saying that now is the time to be brave. That you might think that you're this like hare, you know, maybe feeling a little bit afraid, but the truth is, they're saying that there's a lion within you. There really is a lion within you. But it's absolutely okay to be scared. It's absolutely okay, because we all get scared. But they want you to know that you are completely protected. Okay, some of you guys, very much like option number 2, maybe you chose those 2 options. You guys might be ascending in your spiritual journey. You guys might be like learning a lot of new information, secrets. You might be realizing how powerful you truly are. You might have been working with magic. But with you guys, I am seeing that there's a lot of repressed feelings. I'm seeing over here, some of you guys might be into palmistry, some of you guys might be into astrology, but there is a lot of repressed feelings. And the thing is, like, you're trying to help yourself by helping others, if that makes sense. Like, you guys are trying to help others, but at the same time help yourself. And that's very good. However, what I'm seeing over here is that your spiritual team wants you to stop being so hard on yourself, because a lot of you, you must have been hearing a lot of things about, oh, you have to forgive, you have to let go, you have to release, you have to do this, you have to do that, this, and blah, 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 blah. And like, I know exactly what they're talking about, because I forced myself to prematurely forgive somebody, and that caused so much psychological damage. And what your message is that if you're working on forgiving somebody, don't force it. Don't try to force feelings, don't try to force forgiveness, don't try to force anything before you're ready. Okay, don't try to force letting something go if you're not ready. This is like, this energy is coming through very, very strongly, where you don't have to be like this vibe is basically like, don't be toxic towards yourself. Okay, because spirituality and all sorts of things can be sometimes very, very toxic. So you need to be discerning and you need to be very careful. So right now they're telling me that even though a lot of people are telling you to forgive something, to get over something because it's been such a long time and this and that, your spiritual team is saying like, you don't listen to them. Now it's the time for you to listen to you and take as long as you need to get over something, to not even get over sounds bad, to get through something. Okay, to take it like whenever you're ready. This is what I'm hearing. So don't force yourself. And they're saying that, you know, if you still have, and a lot of you guys, you still have a lot of repressed anger, repressed, you know, this is where the anxiety is coming from, because it's like a lot of energy that has been suppressed, and they're saying that it's time to take a look at it. It's time to revisit it. It's time to open yourself up to yourself. Another thing that's coming through here very strongly is that you guys are trying to help a lot of people. And maybe sometimes people don't ask you for help, but it's just your nature that you're very helpful, that you want to, because you have been through a lot and you want to make sure that people don't go through the same thing, because you know how bad it feels. But sometimes the message of, the message of this card is that sometimes by helping somebody without them asking us, is like we are interfering with their lessons, with their karma, if you will. Like they need to go through specific lessons sometimes. And you trying to take the burden away from them, you trying to, it's like you're basically trying to take on somebody else's karma. And this again could also add to the anxiety, which isn't even yours. So it's amazing that you're trying to help. It's amazing that you're this beautiful soul, this open and empathetic soul. But you need to remember that you have to help yourself first. And some people, let them deal with their thing. Like, unless they come and they ask you for help, and even then, like, you have to remember that you can always say no. Because you are wasting a lot of energy on a lot of people, I'm seeing. And a lot of those people don't give you anything back. It's like they come to you when they need something. They come because I'm seeing for some of you, you guys could also be tarot readers or palm readers, or you know, use some sort of divination, or you guys could be healers of some sort. So it's like people coming to you when they're feeling down, when they're feeling bad, and they sort of lay everything on you, and you're like, oh my god, I feel so depleted. So you need to hear that you know, your well-being is like the priority right now. is an absolute priority. And you are very powerful, and people see that. And they want this energy. They want those pieces of you. Some of you guys would be really good, like you would really benefit from music. You're very musical. You could be in a band, you could be forming a band, you could be just, again, maybe like, they're telling me it's like you recharge when you sing. It's something about magic of sounds, magic of voice. And they're telling me you could be very, very psychic. So, like, don't be afraid of things you might be seeing, of things you might be hearing, things you might be finding out. Candle magic might be something that you could be very good at, because we have candles here, candles here. But don't push yourself. And they're saying, for some of you, you've taken something as far as it could go. Now let the universe do its part. All right, my darling. So that's what I have for option number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Like, share, and subscribe. Remember to hit that notification button so you don't miss out any of my other upcoming content. For personal readings, you could always email me. My email's in the description box below. So there's the links to my Patreon page with exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. My lovelies, take good care of your amazing selves now. Bye.